If there's one muscle that you should prioritize for building an aesthetic and attractive physique, it's your shoulders, and more specifically, your side delts. But the problem is that almost all the advice online is incredibly one-dimensional. Just do lateral raises and preferably on a cable is what they all say. But guys, there's so much more that goes into it when it comes to properly developing your side delts. In this video, I'm gonna give you the most in-depth, step-by-step side delt guide that you'll ever watch. We'll cover the best exercises, the optimal setups, the biggest form mistakes, and most importantly, the exact side delt routine that you need for maximizing growth. Let's get into it. All right, guys, if you've been watching me for a while, you should know two things about me. Firstly, I've had one of the craziest side delt transformations ever, from them being my weak point to my strong point. And secondly, you would know that I've already made a few guides on the side delts. But this video is gonna be a little bit different because we're gonna give all the details. First, we'll do the in-depth exercise guide where we'll go over every single step you need to know. Then we'll look at the in-depth programming guide where we'll go over exactly how to prioritize the side delts along with the exact side delt routine. So let's start with the exercise guide and quickly go over the basics. Now, we know that to grow muscle, we need to target its function and ideally isolate that function so that we know it's the limiting factor. And the function of the side delts is very easy to isolate. It's simply shoulder abduction or raising your hand at the side of your body. But the problem is that the side delt doesn't really exist. And that's because the delts are made up of at least 7 different regions. And all these regions can be more effectively targeted through different variations of shoulder abduction. I mean, let me ask you a question. If you wanted to maximally develop your chest, you wouldn't just target your mid chest, you would also target your upper chest and your lower chest. And it's the same logic here. Because the delts have multiple regions, we should do multiple exercises to target those different regions. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. All right, so to recap, there's essentially 2 ways that you can train your side delt. The first and basic option, if you're only going to pick one exercise for your side delts, would simply be to do one frontal plane movement. If you weren't prioritizing your side delts, then this is what you should be doing. Because when you're training straight out to the side in the frontal plane, that's what's going to be best at targeting your side delt. But of course, we're not going to be doing the basic version. And what we're going to be doing instead is doing 2 side delt exercises. The first one, and arguably the most important, is going to be a movement for the rear region of our side delt. Most people literally never train this region, and we're going to train it through the Y raise. And the second exercise is going to be for the front region of our side delts, and we're going to do that through the scapular plane lateral raise. All right, so now let's go super in depth and step by step on how to do these exercises. We'll start by explaining how this exercise works, then we'll talk about the setup, and lastly, we'll talk about the form cues. So let's start with the Y raise. Now the Y raise may seem a little bit complicated, but that's only because almost nobody's done it. The Y raise works shoulder abduction through a front to back motion. So rather than sweeping out to the side, we're gonna start in front of us and then sweep out. When working at that angle, we're gonna best target the rear region of that side delt. We're also going to be doing this externally rotated, so facing our palm up. For the Y raise, this is often a stronger and safer position, and again, probably targets those rear regions better. All right, so let's talk about the step-by-step setup for the Y raise. Now there's going to be 5 steps for this setup, and to help you guys follow along, I did mark a few points on the visual. Step 1 is of course going to be finding an adjustable cable machine. Yes, we're going to be doing both of these exercises on cables, but if you don't have access to cables, simply watch my dumbbell guide. But again, if you have access to cables, then you should absolutely use them because they're going to be best for these exercises. Now to set it up, you want to move the cable stack up above your hip height. Now, as you can see in the visual, it does look like the cable stack is exactly at my hip. And that's just because that's the setup that I find most comfortable for myself, just a little bit above hip height. Now, a lot of people do set up the cable stack above hip height, and this might be the best setup. So I would say that at your hip would be the minimum, but above that might be a little bit more ideal. Test out a few options to see where you're comfortable. And again, I recommend just above hip height. The third step is going to be to set up your cuff and Bluetooth handle. And let me just take a quick second to talk about step 3 because this is very important. When you're simply doing a lateral raise gripping onto a D handle, there's a lot of wrist and grip involvement. And especially on a Y raise, guys, this can absolutely limit your motor unit recruitment and your comfort as you're doing the set. When you simply use a cuff, this is gonna eliminate the grip and wrist 100% out of the equation. You're gonna be more comfortable and you're gonna be able to load your side delts better. Now, just using the cuff is fine, but we do also know that you produce more motor units when your hand feels that sensation of gripping onto something. And that's where we set up the Bluetooth handle. So before the set starts, actually attach a D handle to the cable. Then you can attach your cuff and grip onto that D handle. That way you're actually lifting the weight with the cuff, but you do have the added bonus of gripping onto the D handle. This is a very crucial step, and if you've never tried this, then I guarantee after you try it, you'll never want to go back. Now, after you set up your attachments and are gripping on, the fourth step is going to be to stand sideways to the machine and then fully grip onto the tower. I see a lot of people just step away from the stack and do their lateral raise. And guys, we want stability. And standing sideways while gripping onto that cable tower is gonna make us much more locked in and keep us stable. The last step, guys, is gonna be to make sure that your legs are stable. And there's multiple different stances that you can do with your legs, like having them wider or having them crossed. But in my opinion, the most important part when it comes to being stable is simply gonna be to make sure that they're not super close together. At least have them a little bit wider apart and be in that athletic stance. All right, so that's the exact setup that you need to have before you do the Y raise. Let's now talk about the form cues. And these are quite simple, but you need to make sure that you're doing them correctly. Firstly, make sure that there's absolutely no twisting or swinging of the torso. Guys, if you start the movement by keeping your torso stable, and then as it gets harder, you start twisting, then as the set gets harder and as you're supposed to be growing the most, you're actually making the movement easier. You need to make sure that your torso is not twisting throughout the whole movement, especially when it gets harder towards the end. But of course, guys, there's absolutely no need to ego lift this, so this shouldn't be a problem. The second form cue is going to be to not stretch across your body. For the Y raise, guys, the effective range of motion stops right when you reach your torso. Stretching all the way across is simply going to be more rotator cuff. So stop when your arm reaches your body and do the rep from there. Lastly, guys, make sure that you're externally rotated throughout the whole movement. Again, as the set goes on and gets harder, you don't want to be twisting your wrist. You want to keep it externally rotated until you're done. And with that said, guys, you should now be Y raise pros. So the Y raise is exercise number 1 for the rear side delt. Now let's talk about the scapular plane lateral raise for the front region of our side delt. Now the scapular lateral raise of course works by raising in the scapular plane, and that's going to be raising 45 degrees in front of your body. And the setup is quite similar to the Y raise, but there are a few key differences. We're of course going to do this on the adjustable cable machine as before, but when it comes to setting the height of the cable stack, we actually want to set it a little bit lower than the Y raise. I like to set it just at or a little below hip height, and this ends up being 1 notch below the Y raise. Again, experiment with what you find most comfortable, but generally the Y raise is a little above hip height and the scapular plane lateral raise is at hip height. Now the third step is going to be the same. We want to set up our cuff and Bluetooth handle, but for step 4, instead of standing directly at the side of the cable machine, we want to instead stand slightly at an angle. So we want to grip our attachment, grip the cable tower, and then slightly look away from the cable stack. I found that when you turn slightly away, it's now a very natural position for you to pull 45 degrees in that scapular plane. Now you can stand to the side of the machine, but I found that the line of pull from the cable when you stand like this just makes it much more natural for the scapular plane. In the last step, step 5, is going to be the same. Make sure that your feet are stable. So again, a bit of a wider stance or keep them crossed. All right, so now that you're fully set up to do the scapular plane lateral raise, let's now talk about the form cues. And again, they're very similar to the Y raise, but a bit different. Of course, as we talked about, make sure that there's no twisting or swinging of your torso. You want to keep it in the same position the whole movement. Secondly, in terms of the range of motion, you want to make sure that you're stopping at 90 degrees. There's no need to raise all the way up. Simply stop when your arm is parallel. And when it comes to the eccentric, again, you don't need to stretch all the way across your body. Now for the scapular plane raise, you can stretch a little more, but again, there's no need to stretch all the way across. Simply at your torso or just a little beyond is perfectly okay. And the last form cue is that you want to make sure that you're staying in the scapular plane the whole movement. Because we're turning away from the cable stack, this becomes pretty easy and pretty natural. But again, you always want to be thinking of that 45-degree angle in the scapular plane. All right, guys, that's going to be the in-depth exercise guide. And at this point, you should know everything that you need to perform these exercises correctly. The second part of our video is going to talk about programming. And guys, this part might arguably be more important because even if you know the best exercises, the exact form cues to do them, but you don't have them in a proper prioritized split, then you're certainly not going to be growing optimally. And before I give you guys the programming guide and the exact routine for your side delt, if you guys want the exact split that prioritizes not just the side delts, but every aesthetic muscle, then you should check out the Ascension system. This is literally the only program that combines science-based principles with the sole goal of building an aesthetic and attractive physique. Inside, you get that full aesthetic split, prioritizing the shoulders, back, and biceps, in-depth video tutorials for every optimal exercise, and if you get it now, access to every future module and update for absolutely free. I've recently been working hard on adding a bunch of updates, especially in the externals modules. If you guys are serious about your results and want to commit to your physique, then check the first link in the description. I can't wait to see you there. All right, guys, so let's get into the programming guide. And first, let's go over the simple stuff. The most important thing when it comes to growing your muscle is going to be your programming and your prioritization. And there's 3 different factors when it comes to prioritizing a muscle. Firstly, and most importantly, we're gonna have frequency. The more times that you can train a muscle throughout the week, the more chances you have to grow it in an optimal state. And that's because the more sets you do in a single day, the less growth you get each set. So the more of those fresh sets that you can have, the more you're going to grow. The second factor that's again very important is going to be your exercise order. And this follows a similar logic to frequency. The earlier that you can train a muscle in your session, the less of that systemic fatigue that you build up throughout your workout, and the more motor units you'll be able to produce, and the more you'll grow. And the last factor is going to be volume. And for volume, it's simple. The more volume you do, the more you'll grow. But of course, this is given that you can recover each time. So now that we know how to prioritize muscle, let's actually do this with the side delts. And in this example, guys, we're going to give a very extreme prioritization plan for your side delts. Our frequency is going to be 3.5 times per week. Or in other words, you're going to train the side delts every other day. For our exercise order, we're going to, of course, train them at the very start of our session. And lastly, when it comes to volume, we're going to do 12 plus sets per week. Now, yes, this is quite extreme, and we'll talk about modifications in a second. But the truth is, if you want to grow your side delts the most, then you have to prioritize them with a plan similar to this. So if this is going to be our plan for the side delts, let's actually see how this looks in a week-by-week split. And again, I don't even care what your actual split is. If you want to be optimal, you can get the Ascension system. But this side delt routine, you can just plop in to whatever your existing plan is. And this is how it looks. On Monday, we're going to do 2 sets of the Y raise and 2 sets of the scapular plane raise. We'll then take a rest day, and on Wednesday, do the exact same thing. We'll take another rest from the side delts on Thursday, and then on Friday, we're going to start with 2 sets of the scapular plane lateral raise, and then 2 sets of the Y raise. Then on Saturday, we're not training the side delts, but on Sunday, we're now going to do 1 set of the Y raise and 1 set of the scapular plane raise. And again, this is an extreme routine. And if you want to prioritize your side delts like this, then you're probably going to have to lower your volume for the other muscles to make sure that you're recovering for the side delts. But even then, guys, for some people, this might be too much. So let's talk about a few modifications. Now, firstly, guys, before you even think about modifying it, I recommend you go to the gym and actually do this for a few weeks. Get used to the exercises, get used to pushing it hard, and then you can consider modifications. If you feel that this is too much and you can't recover, then the first thing I would recommend is simply switch to a 3 times a week frequency. And this would simply look like getting rid of that Sunday day and simply training on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, if even that feels like too much, then the next thing that you can change is you should lower your volume. And that would simply look like lowering your sets from 2 to 1 on one of these days. And if that's too much, then lower the exercises to 1 set for 2 days and then 3. But guys, at that point, I feel like it's not a recovery issue, but it's probably a programming issue. Because truthfully, if you're prioritizing the side delts, you should easily be able to recover from 10 to 12 hard sets per week. Now, what about the other side of the modifications? What if you feel that you can do more? Now, firstly, I would say that again, you should do this for a few weeks and make sure that you can do more, because as it is, it's already a very intense program. But if you feel you can do more, then simply increase all the days to 4 sets rather than having that 2-set day. Now, the last thing that I do want to talk about when it comes to programming is going to be more long-term modifications and analysis. Now, truthfully, guys, those modifications that I just mentioned should be done very rarely. If you truthfully want to understand your body and how you grow the most, then you should be doing something consistently for at least a month, maybe more. So after you pick what you're going to do, whether it's this exact routine or maybe a little bit less, then you want to do that and then only do your analysis after you've been consistent for at least a month and preferably longer. And after that extended period of time being consistent, you can then ask yourself these questions. How much did you progress? How much did you grow? How was your recovery? And from these questions, you can then begin to do more modifications and find that fully optimized routine for yourself. But truthfully, guys, if you just turn your brain off and listen to me and do this exact split, then your side delts are absolutely going to thank you. And if you want a split that programs all the aesthetic muscles in a similar fashion to this, then again, check out the Ascension system, because trust me, a classical push-pull legs or an upper-lower split can't do this. And guys, with that said, that is the full in-depth guide on how to grow your side delts. Remember that when you're doing the Y raise and the scapular plane raise, you follow these steps and you do it correctly. And of course, remember that for your programming, you want to be prioritizing what you want to grow the most. And in this case, having a plan that's aligned to the side delts. Follow this exact guide for a few months, and I promise, guys, you won't believe your results. I've seen it not just for myself, but for my clients who follow this system. Comment any questions down below and let me know if you've been doing the Y raise and scapular raise and how your experience has been. Leave a like if you learned anything or just enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more content every single week. And remember, if you're serious about your results, then check the first link in the description for the Ascension system. Thank you for watching.